Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.
Hello, all you hardcores out there, how are you doing? Russ here from Porky's Corner. The biggest gob in sport. I know that. Right. Thursday. I'm going to talk about Callum Smith, aka Mundo. He's going to be fighting Arthur Beta Beef on Saturday. Now, Callum Smith's 29-1, 21 by way of approaching 34 years of age. The Turbia, he's pushing for 40, isn't he now? He's 19-0, 19 by way of. Every single one of them have ended up on Button Moon, sat up there talking to the 100 victims that John Fury put up there. You know, in his hard road days, the lives weren't worth living after he'd sorted them out. Pop, pop, bang. Now, is it a good fight? Well, Callum Smith, for me, has been wrapped up in cotton wool. Yeah, it's a decent fight, isn't it? But he's been wrapped up in cotton wool. He's pushing 34 years of age. And these are his best wins. Rocky Fielding, who went on to win a WBA regular by beating Zuga, who went 12 rounds with Paul, son of Buddy Smith. Assen and Dam, an old man, middleweight, stepping up to super middle. He's a former world champion. So he got Rocky before he won it, and Dam after he won a world title, years later, and at an higher weight. And Callum were a massive super middle. He's like heavy now, isn't he? And the third one was George Groves, who got miles on clock. Frotch had punched him upside down. Badu Jack as well. He fought a one-arm bandit, George Groves. He had one arm. That's the Callum Smith CV. Now, logic suggests that he gets beat, that he's not prepared, doesn't it, really? He's had gifts all his life. Who had them at Smith's beat between all of them? Who's the best win out of all the Smiths? Groves for Callum and Eubank for Beefy. That's it. And Jesse Vargas for Beefy. And Dam. Groves and Dam, Rocky Fielding for Callum. Eubank Jr., although there's question mark if he were ever a world champion. Although some people say he were, IBO, I say he were, but some say he don't. He wasn't. And Jesse Vargas, so Jesse Vargas, Eubank, Groves and Dam and Fielding. That's it. They're the world champions beaten from all the Smiths. And there's a story with every single one of them, isn't there, really? It's all strange, isn't it, really? The Beatles of boxing, we were told, weren't we? Didn't Eddie Hills say Callum Smith's going to go through the levels? Super middleweight, light heavy, cruiser, and maybe heavyweight. He was going to do wonders, wasn't he, at one point? What has he done? Somebody just had an argument with me as well, saying, I beat George Groves. He beat George Groves in 2018. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 6 years later. 6 days is a long time in boxing. 6 months is a really long time. But 6 years, So if you were going to put a bet on, would you listen to Buddy McGirt's interview that I've just heard now? Right. Saying that Batavia's never felt power like Callum Smith's. Didn't we hear all that when they were fighting Nicky Holtzen, the kickboxer? They went 12 rounds. He must have been able to cope with Callum's power all right. Hey? Come on. Don't piss up my leg. You know, I'm 55-year-old next year. I've heard it all before. Callum Smith's not a roadman, is he? Not engaging. He's out there as the B-side. Right? He needs a knockout to win. He ain't going to get a points win out there. But if he can get to a points win, they'll take something from that, as if to say we were the first one to go 12 rounds with Batavian. So don't be surprised if it goes 12 rounds and they take strength from that. But all this Buddy McGirt talk and all that, you know, when Callum Smith gets torn apart at weekend, and he will, because he's not been hit by anybody like Batavian. When he gets torn apart this weekend, is the Buddy McGirt myth then going to be burst? Is the bubble going to burst? Because I'm fed up of people now when they're looking for something different in a trainer, when they're coming out with stuff like, go to Buddy McGirt! Buddy McGirt's just a brass. That's all he is. There's nothing but a brass and a gun for hire. What has Buddy McGirt done with anybody from debut? There's another Dave Caldwell, isn't he? Dave, I know you're watching. Pop, pop, bang. I've got Nicky Smedley coming on next week. He should have come on Tuesday night. But he went to look, he was looking for a monkey or something. He's breeding monkeys now, apparently. Good luck to him. But I'll be getting Nicky Smedley on next week. So, all right, Dave, you're welcome on Zoom anytime. Pop, pop, bang. But getting back to son of Buddy, Paul Smith, running around going Buddy's sort of the game plan out and all that. Buddy McGirt were doing interviews the other week saying he don't even look at the opponents. So if he's not checking out Batavia, what chance has Callum got? What trainer doesn't check out his fighters' opponents? I don't believe you, Buddy. I believe it's all mind games. But Callum Smith's career is one big letdown, hasn't it, really? The class of 2012, Callum Smith, Anthony Joshua. They've got 8 wins between them over world champions, and you can pick holes in every single one of them, can't you? Joshua's 5. We know about that, won't we? And you've just heard Callum's 3. They're all shot men, aren't they? Or old men, or men that were no good, or men out of the weight class, you know, like Assen and Dam, an old shot fighter stepping up a weight. Rocky Fielding. Rocky Fielding not won regular belt then when Callum got all of them, but British won it. And George Groves, a one-armed bandit. So Callum Smith's career is very, very poor. It's been basically wrapped in cotton wool by Eddie Hills because he's a Smith. Joe Gallagher's got to take some of that responsibility as well. You know, I like Joe Gallagher. He never really put Callum near any danger, did he, really? Well, how come we've never seen Callum Smith Anthony Yard? We've never seen that, have we? Why not? Why can't they get it on? I mean, I'm hearing that son of Buddy, Paul Smith, running around saying if they lose, they'll take the yard fight if it's in Saudi. Well, let me say this to you. I wouldn't want to watch it. You want to watch 2 kids that have been knocked about by the main men, wouldn't you? So how does that warrant a Saudi fight? Let me say this to you, son of Buddy, Paul Smith. Stop running around with a begging bucket out, Paul. It ain't going to happen. I thought you were managing Darren Till. You were going to get him a boxing fight, weren't you? Or get him on Misfits. Gone back to UFC, honey. Don't know what's happening there. Are you UFC manager for him now, Paul? I don't know, but listen. Are you telling me they're that confident in Callum Smith beating Batavia? Paul Smith, you like a bet, don't you? So do you, Beefy, and your old man Popeye. If you're that confident, go to Bucky's. Go to Bucky's in Liverpool. Put a fat bet on your Mundo to win. Just a straight win. Put it on your social medias. Like £5 on our Callum to beat him. If you're that confident, because he's never tasted power like that. Get £5 on your Mundo to win if you're that confident, because odds are fantastic. And if you're that confident, get the bet on. It ain't going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. You know, so the porky verdict is a Baturbia win. I wouldn't be surprised if he went 12 rounds and they took strength from it, saying they took him distance. But I'm going to go for 20-0, 20 by way of for Baturbia. I'm going to go for the stoppage. So, because let's have it right. Callum's only fought stiffs, and when he fought Canelo, he realised he was one of them top guys. He didn't go for it, did he? Really? He just did enough to get the 12 rounds under his belt and not get stopped. Only fights once a year anyway, so why not go for it and get laid out on your back? He's been inactive. 18 months or a year or something. Tell you how long he's been inactive. Might be a year. I think other guy might be 18 months out. So let's have a little look. Callum Smith. Callum Smith's last fight. 18 months ago. Hey, 18 months ago. And I think Baturbio's last fight was a year ago, wasn't it? Have a look. And my phone decides to work. Yeah. His last fight is 50 weeks exactly ago. So it's 11.5 months ago. And other ones are that ring 18 months. So 2 inactive fighters, but Smith's been more inactive than him. Why couldn't Smith be having some other fights in between? Hey, why does it always have to be a big one for him? What CV has Callum Smith got to be dictated? Dictating what? He's not engaging. He doesn't sell a ticket. His CV is really poor. To say he ended up wearing a magazine belt in. Gift. You know what I mean? And his best wins over a one-armed bandit, George Groves. So don't tell me that he's a roadman. Everything points to a Baturbia stoppage and Callum Smith quitting, and then big Paul Smith, aka son of Buddy, aka Jim Royal, coming out on social media saying Baturbia's biggest puncher in boxing. That's what they're going to say. And setbacks paved the way for comebacks, and Muhammad Ali even got beat. That's what they're going to say. But it is what it is. This fight's a small pension fight for him. It could be a lot more if they'd played game, but ain't that much of a pension fight. After his adult stoppages, off that, he'll be looking to come out with 200 bags. So that's about it, really. I see him retiring after Baturbia spreads him up wall like Hartley's jam. That's what I see. Okie dokie. Peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Big shout out to my pal Buster Brunt. How are you doing, Buster? Go on, lad. Pop, pop, bang. That's it, really. Dinner time now. Game of pool. Peace out.